All right, what up YouTube? Welcome back to my Bybit Digital Course, video number 7. Bullish versus bearish divergence. What is bullish divergence? What is bearish divergence? And how can we see bullish and bearish divergence on a chart and actually analyze the market and figure out exactly what those key local lows are, what those key local highs are? How do we know when to take a trade? How do we know when to spot bullish and bearish divergence on a chart? Let's dive in. Let's get it. Guess what? I'm not a financial advisor. I may have a plethora of crypto knowledge, but this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. You always need to do your own research. I do not advise that you buy, sell, hodl, trade, or invest in any cryptocurrency. And if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, turn on those post notifications, and smash that subscribe button, I would be greatly appreciative. And down in the description, you can always find chapter timelines in case you want to skip ahead, affiliate links, and links to my digital course. Now that we got the YouTube police off our back, let's dive in, let's get it. In this video, we are going to talk about bullish and bearish divergence. We're going to actually talk about how we set up RSI, how we set up our charts to spot bullish and bearish divergence, what are my settings, and this is just one of many tutorials that I'll be making over the next couple of weeks based 100% around trading on Bybit. So I wanted to put together your one-stop shop for trading crypto. As far as being a crypto trader, you guys don't need to buy anybody else's digital course, guys. The majority of them are scams. So I wanted to put out a 100% free digital course for you guys that'll teach you guys everything you need to know about trading crypto from start to finish. How to be successful as a trader using Bybit's exchange, because they're that awesome, guys. I don't know how else to better explain it. So I tried to color code this chart to help you guys better understand what bullish and what bearish divergence actually is. So if we look over here and you see this price point right here when Bitcoin's at $20,217, and then we see this red point up here, and you can see when I move the cursor from left to right, you can see that little crosshair arrow. Oh, that makes it so much easier to see. So check out right here. See this blue dot right here on the chart? And see how if I hover my mouse over here and I bring the RSI, see how you can see that RSI level right there at 77, and this next RSI level is at 84. So we have price putting in higher highs and we have RSI putting in higher highs. What type of divergence is that? Trick question. There is no divergence. What divergence is you're looking for the separation between price and RSI. So where price will be putting in higher highs like it is right now, when we're looking for bearish divergence, we're looking for the separation for them to be doing something different. So when price is putting in a higher high, I'm looking for RSI to be either putting in equal highs, lower highs, but when they're doing the same thing, when price is putting in a higher high and RSI is putting in a higher high, you don't necessarily have any type of divergence. If you Google RSI divergence cheat sheet, you'll find this, and it's super easy because right here it shows you the upper level, that is your price. So the straight line is your price. This kind of curved line is RSI, and that's supposed to represent an oscillator. Why it's kind of confusing is because we use RSI on a line chart. So you actually have two line charts. And if I come over here and I turn on my line chart, you now can see Bitcoin on the actual line chart, just like you can see on RSI. So what you're looking at is literally over there on the chart. See how I have red and green lines here? You have red and green lines here. Over here you have blue and red lines. So I could literally come over here, turn this line to blue, and that way you guys can get a better understanding. Your price is the green line and your RSI is the blue and red line. So just like how green is coming down here, if the line chart were to change and change that color to red, and same with RSI would change this to red when the price started to come down, your chart would literally look the exact same as this over here. So when we're talking about RSI, we always want to have our RSI setting set to 30. So if I come up here and I click on settings, or I think you can just double click the line chart there. We're going to come over here to inputs. We're going to make sure inputs are set to 30, style set to 70, 50, and 30. And now I come over here in this middle line, I turn it to dash, and I click on it. What I like to do is turn this yellow, and I like to turn it up a little bit bigger. So now I can see the 50 level clear as day on my chart. I can see RSI very easy. And now I can start to see the difference between bullish and bearish divergence. So if we're looking at this chart and we're taking a look at it right here, right now. So from blue to red, what do you see? No divergence, right? Because price is putting in higher highs and RSI over here is putting in higher highs. So no divergence right there. But we get up to the next peak. Now from this red point right here to this green point versus this red point over here to this green point, what do you see? What type of divergence is that? That is Class A bearish reversal divergence. So you have price putting in higher highs and you have RSI putting in lower highs. And that is the difference when one is doing something different than the other. So we jump over here to our RSI cheat sheet. You can see price putting in higher highs, RSI putting in lower highs. See the difference? And that separation there is your divergence. And that is divergence Class A. And that is reversal divergence Class A. That is my absolute favorite type of trade setup. Now over here, the same thing. What do you see over here? You see price go from 41,500 all the way up to 58,392. And what happens? Your bearish divergence prints. Well, then what happens? Price still goes up. Even though RSI is coming down, price is still going up and putting in a higher high. But you can see us going from 20,000 to 41,000 to 58,000, then to 61,000. So once this bullish divergence prints for the first time and we hit 58, that's when momentum really starts to slow down. That's when people are starting to look at the market, step back, and they're going, okay, that bullish momentum is drastically slowing down. Why is that? Because bullish momentum is leaving the market. People are getting less likely to come and FOMO in at peak formation when Bitcoin's at 61,000. You can see at 20,000, they didn't care. They came flying in. And there was no bullish or bearish divergence. We were just going to the moon. Then finally we hit that peak at 51,000, price retraced, and finally went up again. But this time, even though price went up drastically higher, RSI was drastically lower, saying, hey guys, the market might be bullish, but the momentum at the rate people are flying in to put their money into the game is definitely slowing down. So you see from green to orange, now we only go up to 61,000. And then what happens? Now RSI starts to put in those drastically lower lows where price is barely putting in a higher high from 61 to 54 something. We can see over here RSI now starts going and putting in drastically lower lows. Over here it was only a few percent, over here a lot more. And then what do you see? You start getting to a point where what? RSI is putting in lower lows and price is putting in lower lows. That's when it was pretty much the final nail in the coffin right there. When that 59,000 hit and we broke below the 200-day moving average, it was like straight down to 30. Anytime we are talking about bearish anything, we are talking about highs. So price putting in a higher high, a double top on price, a double top on RSI. You're always talking about the higher of the things when you're talking about bearish, because that's kind of letting you know that your bullish momentum is leaving the market. Now on the flip side, higher highs, higher high, anything highs, you're talking about bearish, because that's when you're looking for that peak to hit and the bears to take over and start dominating the market. Now when we're talking about bullish divergence, we're talking about lows, price putting in a lower low, RSI double bottoming, price double bottoming, RSI putting in a lower low and price starting to put in a higher low, or vice versa, RSI putting in a higher low, but yet price is still putting in that lower low. And that's my favorite, Class A reversal divergence. Class A bullish reversal divergence. Let's dive in and talk about that. What do we see over here on price? See these wicks? You got to turn on the wicks because the wicks do count. So we see price over here putting in drastically lower lows. But what do we see over here on RSI? RSI is putting in drastically higher lows. Now you can see there was times here where Bitcoin went from 30,000 all the way up to 41,000. And we didn't have any bullish or bearish divergence. So you don't have to have bullish divergence for price to reverse. But if you actually were to jump onto a smaller time frame, maybe you don't see it on the 1 hour, but you'll see it on a smaller time frame. So you can still catch bottoms at these key areas where price is going to reverse at, just because you don't see it on the 1 day time frame. And same thing with bearish reversal divergence. You don't need to see it on a 1 day time frame. And a lot of times by the time you see it print on the 1 day time frame, price has already done something completely different. So how I like to do is I kind of get an overview of the market on the 1 day time frame, and then I kind of jump onto smaller time frames. So now I'll jump in here and see if I can see it on a 4 hour time frame. And you can still see the same thing over here on the 4 hour time frame. And now I'm going to hone in on one of these key points, okay? Over here, can I see any bullish divergence anywhere in here? And I bet you we do if we zoom in. But then we can always dial that in a little bit more. We can go on to a 1 hour, and then I jump over here on a 1 hour. And then finally I get into where I'm on a 5-minute time frame. And that is the key. So on a 5-minute time frame, what I'm looking for is I'm not looking for at bullish divergence. I'm looking at where am I going to see bullish divergence. So up here between 40 and 60, if I'm in the zone between 40 and 60, I'm not taking trades. It's really that simple, because it's not guaranteed. And price is always able to come and put in a lower low. Now, no matter where RSI is at, price can still dump down even farther. But how I like to play the game is that's where I'm looking for it, like right here at one of those key areas where I can see bullish divergence and price is getting down to that lower level. That's where you get it on the 5-minute time frame. That is what you're looking for. See where the 30 level is right there? Our oversold threshold. And then you see RSI breaking out of that. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for RSI to be broken below that 30 level, or at the very least below the 35. And then I'm kind of looking over here on price, and I'm looking to see if I can catch that falling knife, as people call it. You're just looking for that bullish and bearish divergence setup. Oh, there it is right there. And you can see it pretty clear as day right here. I can see it from all the way back there. Look at the difference in price and RSI. You see RSI putting in lower lows, and you see price over here putting in drastically lower lows. And then you can start getting to the point where and you can see it right here. See these 2 points right here where you're pretty much double bottoming it on price? What's RSI start doing? See RSI starting to put in those higher highs, and that's how you know you're at absolute bottom. RSI levels are broken out below that 30 level, and bam, you get your bullish divergence. And that's how you enter these trades at absolute rock bottom. And you guys saw me putting out Bitcoin videos all week long, kind of showing you guys, hey guys, we're getting those warning signs on the daily time frame. Hey guys, we're getting those warning signs. This is me starting to DCA into Bitcoin at 41,000, right? Just boom, 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 setting up DCA targets, because that's how you enter trades at absolute rock bottom. And then within a short period of time, now Bitcoin's at 50,000. You pretty much don't have to worry about crap about getting liquidated on that trade down here or anything. You can ride this Bitcoin long all the way to the moon now. Shout out to everybody that goes out of their way to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I can't thank you guys enough. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this Bybit beginner. Hopefully you guys are enjoying my free Bybit beginner digital course. I wanted to give you guys all the tools that you guys need to actually be successful as traders on Bybit platform. You guys know, tell you guys time and time again, if I couldn't trade crypto on Bybit, I would not trade, period. Now, as far as being a hodler, of course, I'm in love with crypto. I would always hodl and buy on DEXs and decentralized exchanges with cold storage wallets. But as far as actually being in the game, trading, taking money consistently out of the market day after day after day, I mean, Bybit is my absolute favorite. It's the only exchange I use, and it's the only exchange I trust. And I built you guys an entire playlist digital course that's all for free, so you guys don't have to buy anybody else's digital course. Everything you need to know about trading crypto is going to be packed into this one course. This is video 7. The next video, we're going to talk about Fibonacci extension tools. So how do I actually set up my Fibonacci retracement tools? We're going to talk another video. We're going to talk about trend lines, how to find trend lines, how to find support and resistance, everything you need to know to become better crypto traders without having to buy anybody's digital course. You guys don't need it. Save your money. This is free. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That's all I ask, and I'm greatly appreciative for each and every one of you guys. And if you guys want to learn more about trading crypto, come join us live. We go live every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll answer any questions you guys have. So I love you guys. Thank you guys. Peace.